But actually, you know, with the Jews, what is their how do you handle like evangelism? Because I know that's one complaint that Christians have against Jews is that they should be evangelizing more.
We're not a missionary religion.
Right.
We will answer unless the guy's Jewish. Yeah, we don't chase after non-Jews.
Okay.
Right?
So you don't have any sort of missionary mission basically. It's just
Jews. Just to Jews.
Right. Okay.
We call that kirut, which means like among Jews.
So what about proselytes?
Say proselytes.
Proselytes.
Proselytes. They come on their own.
All right.
They're not actively converting.
Okay.
Like Calvinists. Like Calvinists, they don't proselytize either. They just say, when they call, they'll come.
Yeah, but with Calvinists, I try and stay away from them in case I get burned, don't they? Because they might. If you talk against the Trinity, they might drag you to a stake and sort of light you up.
That's exciting.
No, but they actually used to do that.
They're good at that. The Christians are good at that. I know. Like, as a Jew, I can attest the Christians are got a talent being nasty. Yes.
But I can tell you a few stories as well about Jews being nasty.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't say the Jews are always angels.
I'm from Holland. The history.
So am I.
Are you? You don't have a Dutch accent.
No, my father's Dutch. I've got a Dutch passport. I've been there once in my life.
Oh, so you're a proselyte?
Say?
Are you a proselyte?
No.
Okay.
Ja, niet wachten oversteken. That's all I know.
There is a bit of common history, I think, of Jews and Dutch, in a way.
Right, they were there for hundreds of years. They were there for hundreds of years in Amsterdam, the community there.
And different places as well.
Utrecht and my father was born in Rotterdam.
Okay, I'm from Middelburg, which is a bit further south on the islands. There used to be a big port, as big as Rotterdam back in the days, but it's all gone. So there also was, of course, a Jewish community there, because they had to leave elsewhere.
I don't know.
So when you come there, so what do you come to? Do you come to find other Jews, or is it just to?
I just enjoy the sort of like arguing.
Enjoy the debate.
Yeah. So
some guys go to watch, and some guys enjoy arguing.
Yeah. Can you tell me then why you are not a Christian?
Why am I not a Christian? Okay.
Because I'm a Christian, I think you should be a Christian.
Oh, okay.
Why would you say no to it?
Where do we start? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you an overview and then I'll try and give you some more details. Basically, I think 3 problems with Christianity. Okay, number 1 is the Trinity. I don't know if you're Trinitarian.
Yeah.
Trinitarian Christianity, God is one, right?
Well, he is. I'm not.
I can understand.
Throughout the Old Testament and
that's a problem.
Right, the Old Testament and New Testament, it says God is one. That's one problem. The other problem is the ending of keeping mitzvahs, commandments of God. Right, Jesus, the end of the Lord, is quite clearly contradicted by the Torah, saying that these commandments are for eternity. Right. Number 3, which is the most minor problem, is false claim to be Messiah. Right, false claim to be Messiah is the most minor problem, right? Because he claims to be Messiah. Messiah meant to bring world peace, meant to bring universal knowledge of God. Yeah, he failed, didn't do it. So those are the 3 problems. Christians like to use verses from Isaiah 7:14, 9:5, 53, Micah 5:2, right? Daniel 9:25. I've seen them all, right?
Okay.
Most of the time, either out of context, or not, or mistranslated. Right, the verse that I use, 7:14 is a mistranslation. 53 is not talking about the servant. Its servant is not Jesus. It's used in plural sometimes in Hebrew. The Hebrew actually translates in plural.
He's talking about
corporate Israel, right?
The people of
right. Jeremiah 31. The new covenant is quite clearly saying the next verse. You read the next verse, the 2 verses. It says that the new covenant will be that universal knowledge of God. That clearly isn't Jesus. Micah 5:2 says from Bethlehem, right? Bethlehem is just talking about the lineage. Yeah? The Messiah's meant to come from David, and David came from Bethlehem. Doesn't mean any specific child from Bethlehem. It doesn't have to be more in Bethlehem at all.
Psalm 22.
Psalm 22, mistranslation. Yeah, it says Koari, which means like a lion. They've translated pissed. Right, mistranslation. Other mistranslations have they got?
Tokru.
You say?
Tokru, Zachariah.
Zachariah, was it?
Is it pierce means it should be stamped. I don't always wait that he is.
Yeah, but basically, you don't believe Jesus was the Messiah.
Not at all. So I mean, that's the least of the problem.
If that's the case,
the least of the problem.
If that's the case,
yes.
I'm not Jewish or from a Jewish background.
Yes.
What hope is there for me?
Okay, believing that Jesus is Messiah is I said it's the least of your problems, right?
If
There are religious Jews who believe in a certain man as Messiah, and yeah, we love them, but just slightly mistaken.
so, well,
How do you get salvation?
yeah, how do I get?
Okay, keeping the 7 Noahide laws. There are 7 laws for non-Jews, and if they keep that, they're good to go. There's no requirement to convert to Judaism. Let me see if I can list them all 7. Number 1 is believing in God, not serving idolatry. Number 2,
Don't kill.
killing,
Number
murder,
3, sexual thingy bobs.
yeah, sexual immorality, stealing,
Stalling, making judgments, and not eating from a live animal.
That any non-Jew does that, he's good to go.
So if I do that,
Yep, you're good to go.
that's fine.
It's fun.
So you probably have all of them except for Trinitarian, and which means you don't believe in one God, which could be problematic.
That could be problematic.
Because
but
Jewish
that
law is very
depends-
interesting. Yeah.
It depends on the definition of the Trinity.
It's not so much the
problematic for
Christian.
everyone, I would think.
No, it's not so much the Christian, like understanding how Trinitarian works. There's a certain there's a dispute whether non-Jews are allowed to do idol worship, yeah, as long as they believe in one God. It means if they believe in one God, yeah, and they believe in God and they have other gods, it's fine, according to some people.
That's Jewish. It's not Jewish law. It's a question of Jewish law. That's what we're saying.
Sorry, would you say the only problem then would be that I have more than one God?
Right.
Which
I understand, but in Jewish law, the way Jewish law would look at it, would be more than one
Also,
God.
even if you let's say somehow have made 3 into 1, you're still, if according to Jews, you're still idolatry. Even if your concept of 3 is somehow wound, because you're serving something which is not God. So even if you put JC into God, the fact you're still serving something which, if I said it's one God but it's that lamppost, that's still idolatry, right? But it's not the real God. So even if you've somehow made 3 into 1, JC is not God, so that would still be idolatry. And therefore the question becomes, in Jewish law, from a Jewish perspective, in Jewish law, is that alright to serve?
having the wrong definition of God, is that already idolatry? Is that what you're saying?
So we're saying, if you believe in the one God which we all believe in, which you call the Father, and you also believe in something which is not God, in this case JC, then there's a question in Jewish law whether for a non-Jew that's alright. A Jew definitely not. The question for a non-Jew if you'll still attain salvation if you have that belief.
I think what he's saying is that they don't accept your description of how you get 3 into 1.
Right.
That's essentially what he's saying.
he has them all as one. That's
So you what you're doing is disagree. They're saying 3 to somehow get into 1.
They basically not believing in
Yeah, you
God.
just
Then
disagree.
it's a problem.